You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff,
Mama?
like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Give the gift of a delicious burger from Bulldog Burger, a soup and sandwich from Sweet Pepper's Deli, appetizers and cocktails from The Grill, or even a wood-fired steak from Harvey's. Choice is the perfect gift. An all-in-one gift card from Eat With Us.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather This Morning.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. Welcome into Mississippi Live Weather this morning. Thanks so much for tuning in with us, for starting off your work week with us, for starting off your Monday with us, and for starting off December with us. Happy December 1st, everybody. Hope you have your coffee and you're ready to go out the door this morning. I hope it's a hot cup of coffee because it is cold outside, and I hope it's in a Christmas mug because happy December 1st. And it's December 1st, so nobody can say anything to you anymore, right? You can get all the Christmas stuff you want and listen to all the Christmas music you want now. But it is December 1st, and it is feeling like December out there as well. Take a look at temperatures. We're starting off in the 30s for a majority of us. Some of us, though, into the 20s. Look up in Alcorn County, Corinth, Boonville, Prentiss County, always our cold spot in the maps. Same story for Marshall County, Holly Springs in the 20s as well. So closer you are to the Tennessee state line, might be starting off in the 20s this morning. Majority of us in the 30s, 33 in Eupora, 34 in Starkville, 34 in Macon, 31 up in Tupelo. No matter if you're in the 30s and 40s right now or 30s and 20s, it's chilly out there. You're going to need your coat out the door. I want to show you this because it's not necessarily impacting us here in North Mississippi. However, it's very close to us, and there has been a lot of chatter about it. So I want to show you what the overall picture is this morning, a little bit more region-wide out there. Winter weather advisories issued for a good portion of the United States or the central United States, very close to us. Everywhere you see in purple is a winter weather advisory issued. So this one going in Kansas is until 6 p.m. On Monday. We are seeing advisories a little bit closer to home. Now, again, not here in North Mississippi, but just across the river in St. Francis, Arkansas until Tuesday at 6 a.m. You can see that. I kind of pulled it up behind me there, just making sure I know the time of that. But overall, again, this is not impacting North Mississippi. However, if you're traveling region-wide, it will impact you because it's very close to us. Places like eastern Arkansas going to be getting in on some potentially freezing rain today. Let me show you overall what's going on right now on current satellite and radar. Can see some snow, some blue. When's the last time we've seen that a little bit closer to home? Again, not happening here in North Mississippi, but over in places like Kansas, Nebraska, Missouri, Iowa getting in on that snowfall this morning. And then some things that you don't want to see over in Oklahoma. Look, they're getting a mixed bag of precipitation. They're getting about just everything you can, depending on where you are in Oklahoma. But that pink, that's what's going to be moving into places like central and eastern Arkansas today. That's freezing rain that kind of freezes on contact with the surface. Not fun things to deal with, not great at all to drive in as well, worse than if it was just plain snow out there. That's what they're going to be getting a little bit closer to us, again, in places like Arkansas as we head throughout your day ahead. So if you know anybody that's traveling across the river going places a little bit more region-wide, they're going to be dealing with that. Thankfully, not dealing with it here in North Mississippi. We're just going to be dealing with rain, and I know everybody loves to see snow, but we don't want the ice with it. So thankfully, that is going to be sticking out of our area today. Here's a live look at what we are dealing with this morning, and that's a lot of cloud cover. Take a look at this over in Lee County. Lots of clouds to start off your morning. I know a lot of us had a holiday this past week, and you're kind of waking up, getting the kids back off to school. You're getting back off to work. Overall, not a great day to have to do that, right? Pretty dreary out there, not conditions you want to just hop out of bed for. Temperatures in the 30s in Lee County. So overall, definitely chilly and cloudy out there across the area. This is the same story. Take a look over in Winona. Lots of clouds out there as well. Also a little bit breezy. You can kind of see that cord moving back and forth. We're seeing temperatures in Winona in the upper 30s. Feels like temperatures, though, in the low 30s. So even feeling a little bit cooler than the temperature you're seeing, which isn't great because it's already cold out there, right? So you don't want it to feel any colder. Bottom line is you need the coat this morning, and so do the kiddos. Over your first 12 hours ahead, I encourage you to pack the rain gear as well. Not dealing with it this morning, again, not dealing with the rain out there right now. So that's some good news as you're getting out on your morning commute, but you will deal with it for your afternoon and evening commute, with rain continuing to increase in the forecast as we head noon and on. Temperature wise in the 40s today, 40 by 11, low to middle 40s throughout your afternoon as well. Definitely chilly out there. And then you add in the rain. It's a cold rain. Just not a great day to get outside and be out and about if you do not have to. Temperatures back in the 30s by 8. And again, rain chances just increase the further you go into your evening ahead. Take a look at Futurecast. This is what we're looking like as we head over your next few hours. This is at 10 a.m. We'll start to see rain move in. You can see that potential for some freezing rain and sleet over in central Arkansas. But again, just rain for us as we go into your 10 o'clock hour. And that will continue to become more prevalent into your afternoon. So that's why I say if you got any afternoon plans, maybe even if you're headed out of work between 3 and 5 o'clock, you're going to need the rain gear across the board. We'll just see rain continue all the way through your overnight hours. And then eventually that system moves off to the east, causing a lot of rain over in the Carolinas as we head into your Tuesday. So the good news is for Tuesday, out there for your morning commute, still not dealing with any rain, but probably some wet roadways nonetheless. We'll actually start to see some clearing take place into your Tuesday and a lot of sunshine for the back half of the day. So that's some good news for Tuesday. Rain chances kind of fall away throughout the day as we head overnight and then into early Tuesday. Same story for Wednesday, not dealing with any rain. Front comes close to us, but Wednesday looks to stay dry as well. So some dry pockets into the middle of the week. We do see additional rain chances as we head late week. So we'll talk about it coming up next. If you have any plans today, if you got any plans Thursday and Friday, we're looking at rain chances then as well. So we'll talk more hour by hour throughout your forecast today. When does the rain come in and out of your specific town here in North Mississippi? Of course, we will talk through that. And we'll also look at a 7-day forecast. And let me tell you, it's a cold 7-day forecast out there. So you'll want to stick with it. I'll have all those details coming up right after this.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver. And we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff.
Mama!
Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Right now, from the Room to Room Weather Center, here's meteorologist Maggye McAuley.
Hey, good morning. Happy Monday out there to you. I'm meteorologist Maggye McAuley. Thanks as always for sticking around with us here on Mississippi Live Weather. I want to show you an overall look what's happening nationwide. We got a lot of weather going on across the United States this morning. Let me show you what is going on out here. Now, here in North Mississippi, across the Twin States, we are quiet this morning, but it doesn't take long to see some action. Take a look at this. We're looking at snow coming down over in the plains from Iowa, Nebraska, Kansas, Missouri, even Oklahoma and the north and western portion of Arkansas getting in on some snow this morning. Now, closer to Oklahoma, though, they're getting in on just about every type of precip you can imagine with that warm front moving in, where they're looking at snow, then where you're seeing freezing rain, sleet, and then just plain rain across the state or the eastern portion of the state of Oklahoma this morning. So getting in on a little bit of everything. All of this is going to be sliding its way off to the east as we head over the next few hours. The good news is that mixed precipitation is going to be sticking out of our area. I know a lot of us, there was a lot of talk on social media over the past week or few weeks about this system and the potential snow. I just want to go ahead and tell you, I know we say this every year, be wary of all of the, we call social media meteorologists, because we're not seeing snow, are we? And we're not even seeing that mixed precipitation, and we don't want to. It is a messy go of things when that moves in, especially when it has ice associated with it. So we're not getting it this morning. That's my spill and my rant. I'll move on from there. Let's talk about what's going going on outside this morning. Live look in Blue Springs on all of those MDOT traffic cameras. Looking good to go this morning if you're headed out and about. This is a live look over at 22 in pretty much all directions. Temperatures near 30 in Blue Springs. It's definitely chilly out there. And one thing to note is we're seeing winds 8 miles an hour. When it's already cold, that makes a wind chill, right? So it feels like, if you can see there, it's kind of small on your screen, 23. Feels like 23 out there in Blue Springs. So even though we're seeing temperatures chilly near 30, feels like temperatures for a lot of us in the 20s this morning. So definitely a day you're going to want your big coat on. Start your car early if you can. Turn the seat heaters on, all of the things. Cloudy out there nonetheless, as well, as you can see in all of those cameras. Same story over in Aberdeen. Dry conditions, that's the good news across the board, but definitely cloudy nonetheless, and temperatures again in the 30s there as well. Let's talk about your airport delays. Here's some good news I have. If you know anybody coming in and out of the area throughout the United States, all of those international airports, even the ones that are closer to all of the potential snow and mixed precipitation, I'm not tracking any moderate or major delays out there around the airways. So that's some good news this morning. Sticking here in North Mississippi, temperature is going to be staying chilly. We'll be in the middle 30s by 9, upper 30s by 10, eventually into the 40s by 11. You can see those rain chances creep in as we head mid-morning and on, and they'll stick around throughout the entirety of the day. So a chilly day out there. Temperature is going to be in the 40s across the board for most of us. Some of us a little bit warmer than others. Middle 40s as an average across the board. And rain does move in. About a 60% chance of rain today. Now that's not for the morning, but noon and on, that rain chance will become very prevalent across the area and continue throughout the evening. So let's take it hour by hour. I think now through 10, a lot of us dry. I think by 10, though, we start to track out a few showers, mainly down to the south. So I'm thinking Attala County, down to places south of Greenville. Watch as we head into the afternoon. We'll start to see these showers really start to take place. I think a lot of us, even through noon, could stay dry. So if you got any lunchtime plans, maybe you're headed out and about, maybe not going to need the rain gear. I'd have them with you just in case, but into the afternoon is really when we're going to start to see the rain move in, especially for northwest Mississippi around 2, 3 o'clock. And then that continues to bleed into northeast Mississippi as we head to really later in the afternoon and then early evening as well. So by dinner time, all of us dealing with that rainfall. If you got any plans later this evening, rainfall is blanketed across the area by 7 o'clock. And a few of those could be on the heavier side of things. Now, we're not looking at anything severe, but still could see a few rumbles of thunder and some heavier rain pockets with this as well. One thing to note is once the rain starts in your area, it is around for the long haul. It is going to be sticking around throughout your evening. It's going to be sticking around overnight as well. So no breaks in this. So as you head throughout 10 o'clock, you can see rain still just across North Mississippi. Let's head overnight though, shall we? When the rain finally starts to clear out into the early hours of your Tuesday. The good news is by the time most of us are waking up on Tuesday, this is at 6 a.m., the rain is majority out of the area. It's mainly in places like Alabama. Now we can still see a few holding out in places like Macon, Aliceville, Vernon, but a majority of it sitting dry, wet roadways, but dry out there for your Tuesday. So majority of Tuesday looking very, very dry out there unless you're up very early in the morning. Going throughout your Tuesday, also starting to see some peaks of sunshine. So even some clearing takes place throughout the day on Tuesday, making for a pretty great day out there, but it will be cold. Take a look at the 7-day forecast. It's just overall chilly out there, well below average for this time of year. Definitely feeling like December though. So, hey, can't complain there. It's feeling like you should be drinking some hot cocoa, playing the Christmas movies, the music, all of that. It's just downright cold over the next few days. 40s today, 40s stick around for Tuesday, even colder into your Tuesday afternoon. Then I want to show you Wednesday morning. Yeah, that's a 2 in both places, 22 degrees. Temperature is going to be in the low 20s out there for your Wednesday morning. Definitely chilly out there. Some of us could see the teens, so cold conditions stick around, especially overnight lows as well throughout a majority of your work week. Rain chances come back late week, so Thursday into Friday, you got any plans for looking at rain moving in later on the day on Thursday and then into early Friday is where we're checking that out right now. So additional rain chances late week before things move out by the weekend. So that's some good news at least. We're seeing some dry days in between the wet days. And if you do have any upcoming plans this weekend, there's a lot going on. There's the St. Jude Marathon in Memphis. The good news is it's going to be cold. a little bit warmer than the work week, but dry out there for your weekend if you do have any plans out there nonetheless. So that's a look at your 7-day forecast. As always, thanks so much for tuning in with us. We'll be live one more time this morning at 7:30. Of course, we'll talk through all of these impacts throughout today. We'll also look more at the feels like conditions. So if you're wondering what it's going to feel like throughout your day ahead, make sure to tune in at 7:30. I'll have the details on that coming up then.